Very special guest to the desk. Dr. Richard Deming is here, folks. You've heard stories about the amazing things that you have accomplished and the amazing trips that you go on.
Well, it's not amazing things I've accomplished. It's amazing things that cancer survivors have accomplished. That's the point.
That's what we're here to talk about, cancer, above and beyond.
Yeah, but you've helped lead the way, and Jason and I have been honored enough to hear you speak because of our work with Leukemia Lymphoma Society here in central Iowa. But you have another big trip coming on, and we wanted to hear more about it
Well,
today.
thank you. And I am blessed. I mean, each and every day, the opportunity to work with cancer survivors and their families. You know, it started off for me as a profession in healthcare has really become a ministry of healing, and what I learn each day about how to live life by helping beyond the journey with cancer survivors is incredible. So we started Above and Beyond Cancer, an organization that elevates the lives of those touched by cancer to create a healthier world. 4 years ago, in fact, 4 years ago today, the first group was in Nepal on their way up the mountain to Mount Everest Base Camp.
Now that's what, in case you are not familiar with your story, you take people on these amazing journeys.
Cancer survivors and caregivers who come on these journeys, not mountain climbers, who, because of the courage and confidence they gained in their cancer journey and their desire to live a life filled with purpose and passion, and who understand that it's the difficult things in life that teach us what we're capable of. Sometimes, you know, God sort of drops a mountain called cancer in our pathway, but other times we intentionally put a mountain in our pathway because we know that the journey is going to be incredibly rewarding. So what we're doing this year, in September, we're going to be going to the most sacred mountain in the world. All of our trips are mind, body, spirit. They're not about climbing a mountain, planting a flag. They're about the journey. And every pilgrimage is, you know, 50% perspiration and 50% inspiration. We're going to Tibet on a pilgrimage around the most sacred mountain in the world. It's called Mount Kailash. It's never been climbed, not because it's unclimbable, but because it is so sacred. So you actually do a circumambulation around the mountain, but as you go around the mountain, you get up to 18,500 feet.
Oh my.
Wow.
So it'll be a group of 25 cancer survivors and caregivers, one step at a time, up and around Mount Kailash. And
How long will that take you?
The 32 miles that's actually the circumambulation, it will take 3 days. But there'll be a couple of days of trekking just to get up to the point at which we begin the journey around the mountain. It's incredible. It's in western Tibet. The opportunity will be a group of all different faiths. So we're not going there to convert anyone to a different sort of religion, but the commonality of being with others of different faiths on a journey that's about mind, body, spirit opens everyone up to the possibility of seeing life in a different way, seeing divinity, if you will, in a different way, and sharing the role of suffering in the human condition as seen through the lens of cancer survivors, and also how that leads to just more compassion in the world.
You're around this every day in your profession, these life and death situations. Is this as therapeutic for you as it is for the people that go?
You know, yes, it is. It's not only therapeutic, it's transformational. I mean, people share with me every day that they have lost individuals to cancer, or they've been touched by cancer. In the United States, there'll be 1.6 million individuals diagnosed with cancer this year. 600,000 will die. My mom was diagnosed with incurable cancer when I was in high school. We're all touched by it. And ultimately, although it's about cancer survivors, ultimately it's about how do we live our life. And regardless of how many days, whether we're going to live to be 102 or whether we will have our life shortened, how do we live each day? And when you're on a journey like this, where you give up all your creature comforts and you're with a group with a higher purpose on a mountain, one step at a time, really welcoming the difficulties that we face as we together climb the mountain. It gives you a different perspective on some of the little difficulties that we all face in our life that sometimes seem like so challenging. But yet when you put it in perspective of what's it like to face a disease that might shorten your life, it allows one to reorder priorities and to realize that no matter how many days we have left, we have today. What are we going to make of it?
Right. And this isn't free. All of this costs money.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
and you're looking, I imagine, for some support.
Yeah, so we're a not-for-profit, and so we have we're looking for sponsors to help contribute, and then all the individuals that go do some fundraising to help also support the programming that we do right here in Central Iowa. So our organization isn't just about climbing mountains. I mean, climbing mountains is sort of the pebble that creates the ripple that creates the interest, but it's how do you live your life and how do you support cancer survivors here in Central Iowa who, once you go through your cancer journey, you're still faced with enormous physical, psychological, social, spiritual issues of survivorship. None of that is paid for by insurance. And so we are about getting individuals not just through their cancer journey, but back to health, and not just back to health, back to optimal living by encouraging individuals to engage in vigorous physical activity, mindful programs, and also to make sure that we address the spiritual dimension of life.
Now, we did have information for a fundraising gala that's coming up June 20th over at Prairie Meadows. If you'd like to check it out or want more information, just go aboveandbeyondcancer.org. It's an incredible organization. You're an amazing man. We can't thank you enough for coming in this morning and inspiring us all, but hopefully we can help you out and get more people to go on that journey with you.
Well, thank you for the opportunity.
Yes.
Dr. Richard Deming, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. It is 1 minute past 8 o'clock. We'll be right back. You're watching Great Day Live on KCWI.